Well, people. As you can see, these two bits here, obviously, this side is the Premier League, this side is Liverpool Football Club. So enjoy it. As you can see, it's scrolling down. This is the transfers that's going right now, and updates, obviously, on Liverpool, what's happening at the moment, what's happened in the past, and what's going to happen in the future as well. So please enjoy these two bits I've put up together, and we can start talking about what's happening right now in a sec. So let's do this, people. Let's do this. First and foremost, I'd like to dedicate this to Mr. Andrew Devine, the 97th victim of Liverpool Football Club's Hillsborough tragedy. Thoughts and prayers goes to his family, and he will be missed deeply by all the Liverpool people and obviously his family members as well. So we start with this. Welcome to LFC Red Forever channel. Please hit that notification button, hit that subscription button, and hit that like button. Um, what I've heard today about Liverpool Football Club is Mr. Trent Alexander has signed a new contract, which will keep him here until 2025. So, what do I think about Trent staying? I'm happy. I mean, he's a local lad. He's an outstanding player. He's won everything in football terms in club level, apart from obviously the domestic cups. But he will eventually win that, hopefully in the near future. He's done us proud. I can't really complain about Trent Alexander-Arnold. The next step for him in his progression is his consistency. So hopefully he'll be consistent in defending regularly and understanding of the way of defending, and attacking side is all good. We've got no issues with that. Crosses, there's no issues with that. Set pieces, there's no issues with that. It's just he has to improve on his defensive side to become. He's already the number one right back in the world, but I'm talking about cement his place as the number one England right back, number one Liverpool player, obviously on the right back position, and number one in the world of football as well. Yes, I'm happy. Another few years on top of another 4 years on top of the obviously the contract he's already got. So you can't really complain about that. The kid loves Liverpool. He's a Liverpool fan and through, as we all know. And you can't get any better than that. Honestly, you can't get any better than that. As for other stuff in Liverpool, obviously we're still waiting for transfers. It is depressing, people. I know, it is depressing, but what can we do? I mean, obviously we're all against the owners in transfer method wise, but that's the way to do it. They've been here since 2012 and they've been doing the same thing. They don't dip into their pockets. They have to raise money in transfers in order for them to buy players. So we've got to wait and see what happens. We've still got a few weeks, 3 weeks, I believe, until the transfer window closes. So we've got to wait and see. So don't panic. They have done it in the past. Obviously, last season we was waiting for transfers. It came right at the end with Jota and Thiago, and we're hoping something similar might happen. But we need players in the system, if you know what I mean, people. You can't buy for the sake of buying. Let me give you an example. If you're saying Man United are buying Sancho, Varane, and etc., 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 we don't have to just because they bought them, we have to buy them. It don't work like that. We if you got no ambition in a sense of thinking wise, that's what you do. You panic buy. We can't do panic buys, because it happened to us in the 90s with Roy Evans. Because every single time Man United were buying top players, Roy Evans tried to buy a top player. Same with Graham Souness, same with Gerard Houllier, same with Rafa Benitez. But Klopp is always the thinking man. What do I need to compete for titles? And there's no better man at the helm than Jurgen Klopp. It's just facts. It's facts. I mean, you could have all the billions in the world. It doesn't bring you the trophies you want the most. Just ask Man City and Pep Guardiola. I mean, he's considered the best coach in the world, but he doesn't really deliver what he's supposed to deliver. And he plays different type of football, this attacking football, this attractive football. But he could play that. But what does it bring at the end? You know what I mean? If you know what I mean, he's been there. He's been at City, I think 5 years now. No Champions League trophy. Klopp has been there around the same time. Champions League trophy, World Cup trophy, Premier League trophy. So let's calm down. Trust in Klopp, if Klopp is not happy, I'll be unhappy. I gotta be honest. I mean, I'm only following what Klopp does. I'd rather have Klopp's way, me like being happy and sad, than always being mad at the owners on a regular basis. Yes, they do wrong. Yes, they make a lot of mistakes, but they do a lot of right as well. So I can't really have a go at them in a lot of ways. If you look at all the American-owned clubs, they're all the same boat. We're all in the same boat. Arsenal, Man United, Liverpool, the list goes on. These owners don't go into their pocket. They don't want to put themselves in debt. That's why they do that. So what they do is generate money around the club and raise the money in such a way that it could get us 2 or 3 players. That's what they do. And I looked at our squad. We've got too many players, people. We've got 3 teams. I mean, of dead wood majority of them as well. And some of those players have to leave, like Shaqiri or Origi. The list goes on and on. Yes, they are heroes. They have got us the Champions League. They have got us the Premier League. But where's the next step in their ability and progression? Nothing's happening. Shaqiri might play well in the Euros, but he's been doing that for years in the international stage. He's been dominating the international stage for Switzerland for years and years and years. And he has done nothing in club football to cement a place on a regular basis and show the world that he is a world-class player that can do it on a consistent basis. Origi, yes, international football, he done well previously, but where's the next progression? We can't keep waiting for players. We can't wait for passengers, people. You know what I mean? Look at Naby Keita at the moment. Naby Keita is playing out of his skin in pre-season, but when the transfer window closes and the season starts, is he going to play the same way, or is he going to walk off a plane or walk off a restaurant and get injured again? I mean, that's what I worry about Naby Keita. I can't trust the guy. I'm sorry, I can't trust him. He's playing well in pre-season, but that's just pre-season. It doesn't do it for me. I want beyond pre-season. I want Champions League football. I want Premier League football. I want Carabao Cup. I want the FA Cup. I want these performances in these, not pre-season. Yes, he nutmegs a couple of players here. Oh, hooray! But it's not what he's going to do in the Premier League. It's not in the Champions League either. So. It's a lot of things that come into it, people, and it really worries me if we're going to be settling for these players. Listen, if these players are fully fit and they don't get injured a lot, I mean, if it's 2 weeks here, 1 week there along the season, it's fine. We can compete for the league title, but we can't trust them in a sense that we've seen it last season. We've seen it in the seasons before. The same players get injured on a regular basis. That's what worries all of us. And we do need another midfielder. We do need another striker. Firmino is a unique striker. Obviously, he drops deep and he creates for the other 2. But we need a person that could put the ball back of the net on a consistent basis. And hopefully we will find someone like that as well. I don't understand with Klopp, because he had Aubameyang at Dortmund and he had Lewandowski. So it doesn't mean he can't play with these type of players, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so this is about Liverpool. Obviously, we know what we need. I'd rather know what we need than don't, if you know what I mean. If you look at like Man United and these other teams, they buy players, but is it the players you need? You look at Greenwood and Sancho. I prefer Greenwood because I know Greenwood would get me goals and create goals on a consistent basis. If I need 12 or 13 goals a season or 15 goals a season, I'll go to Greenwood. Sancho, I don't know. German football is different. German football is clearly weaker than the Premier League as well. The Premier League is an outstanding league with full of world-class players, full of world-class managers as well. So you've got to think about it that way, people. He might come in to Man United and it could be a flop. You never know. Why did he make it at City? Why did he become a star at City? If you can spot a talent, like we look at Harvey Elliott, you know he's got talent. Look at the composure on the ball. Look at the passes he makes. Look at the crosses he makes. Look at the shots he takes. That shows the kid has ability. I'm sure Sancho, if he was that good, was showing at City, but he didn't. You know what I mean? Hence why he went to Dortmund. That's a lot of money spent, and then they get Varane on top of that as well. What is Varane? Is 28. You know what I mean? And they pay 43 million for Varane, 28-year-old. That's like 5 seasons max if he's fully fit. But I don't know if he stays fully fit. I remember at Real Madrid, he's always, majority of the time, he's not even in the team because he's injured. So you got to look into things like that. Let's not panic. Buy for the system, and we just move on from there. If we didn't buy any players, it is bad, but it's not the end of the world. That's all I can say about that. So we look at Man United, they bought Varane, Sancho. We look at Arsenal, they bought Ben White today as well. Congratulations to them. The thing with Arsenal, in my opinion, when you look at them, it's sad to see where they are from a neutral point of view. And I do watch obviously other Premier League games. In a sense of we do need Arsenal to come back to compete in the top half of the table, because top 5, because there's too many teams that's playing with money that's ruining the game. But if the 3 top teams, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man United, join up together and challenge those money kings, then the league could be in a better way. You know what I mean? Obviously, I want Liverpool to succeed, but I'm saying it could be more like worrying for the big spenders, and they might get into more trouble in spending wise, if you know what I mean. So yeah, listen, Ben White is a good player, but he needs to improve. He's young, so he needs time on his side. With me, in my opinion, and from my perspective, Arsenal have lost their identity. They're not this Arsenal that we all know. Arsenal, when I was growing up, they were full of men, tough men, big players that can, put fear in your body. Now they just buy like low gravity centered players, and this is why, in my opinion, they're taking a different direction in the way Arsenal used to be. You know what I mean? Listen, football changes, yes. Maybe they're gonna change and eventually come back up the table, but it's gonna take them a long time. And Ben White, Sol Campbell, Tony Adams, Keown, Kolo Torre. Come on, it's night and day, people. I mean, they're not going to be challenging a lot, to be fair. And I just heard now, Man City have put a 100 million. They've never done that before. Players they buy is here, 60 million, 50 million pounds here. But with player. They don't like put it all in one player. Yeah, so they put a 100 million transfer on obviously Jack Grealish. Is he going to improve them? Maybe. Maybe not. We don't know. You know what I mean? Because he's a different type of player to what they got. He holds on to the ball for a long time, but he doesn't release it on time either. He's a good dribbler with the ball. He holds up the play. He gets a lot of set pieces, like free kicks and all that stuff. But what does he offer beyond that? Maybe he will improve at City. We don't know if he goes down there. You know what I mean? So yeah, they have submitted 100 million. That's another thing, you know what I mean? Look, English players costing 100 million, like they're not even ready for that stage yet. That's crazy. This is why English clubs go abroad to buy similar players, probably better technical players, and get them for 20 million or 30 million. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It is crazy in this league. You look at the actual Euros. Italy, everybody was trashing. Old man team, they're not good enough. This is at the beginning. Their league is not good enough. You know what I mean? They're not gonna last. And they were the best team from day one to the end. Think about that. We downgrade Serie A, but look how good they are. And they won the European Cup. They beat England in the final. See, you look at our players, the 100 million players. They perform with those old men, supposedly old men at Italy, and Italy obviously won on penalties, but Italy deserved to win the actual Euros, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so you can't downgrade other leagues, people. Like if we're gonna sell our players for 100 million and bankrupt clubs like that, it's completely wrong. It's completely wrong. Enough about that. Yes, there's a lot of transfers, as you can see in both sides. I'm just hoping that we get we get our ones just in time before the season starts, and then we could actually push on in the Premier League, push on in the Champions League, and try to go for the win. We're still a world class team, no matter what, people. We're still a world class team. You can't really deny that. You can't deny that. You can't deny that. Am I worried about other teams? Not yet. I'll worry if the transfer window closes and then we didn't buy anyone, and you know, S hits the fan, as they say. People, like I always say, please like, share, and subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know what you think about our transfer policy, and if we're gonna get any other players, and if you're happy with Trent signing a new contract, and about other teams as well. If they are a threat to us, can we beat these teams even without a transfer? Things like that. Just give me anything, and I'll respond to it, and I'll put my perspective towards it. So yeah. Thank you for tuning in. Like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you soon.